So I would like to begin the questioning of our guest with the question, why are you a constitutional monarchist?
Well, I am, as you say, a supporter of our current constitutional status. And the reason for that is that it has served us well for 121 years. It served me well over my lifetime. And I cannot see why we should change. Australia is one of the most sought after countries in the world for citizenship. And our government, a system of government so far, has served us very, very well. Secondly, instinctively, I'm a monarchist. When I look at people who want to change to a republic, I have to say that I want no truck with them. There are some who have imperial honours and yet demand that we become a republic. My response to them is, as soon as they give up their imperial honours, then perhaps I might start to listen to them. And finally, I would ask, in what way would a change to our constitution, to a republic, improve my life? Pardon me. So how is it going to improve my life and the life of my fellow Australians?
Yes. And they did offer a model which would have been damaging to the Constitution, because it would have allowed the Prime Minister to sack the President without notice, without grounds, and without any right of appeal. In other words, the President would become completely under the control of the Prime Minister, which would have increased the political power in the Constitution. Well, let's get on to the issue which is the subject of this program. You offer a solution which I find very impressive. You offer a solution to the problem where governments have made a mess. Instead of just looking after the legitimately unemployed, they've given the option to people to be taxpayer funded and not to work. But I should ask you, as a matter of openness, whether you have ever been on the dole.
Well, the answer to that is I tried to go on the dole once when I was about 20. I'd failed my HSC, so I had a very poor educational qualification. I'd worked as a council labourer for a number of months, and then I decided that I didn't want to work, and I applied for the dole, and I went along to an interview somewhere in the city. I remember it very, very clearly. And I was asked my age, my qualifications, my work experience, all of which were at ground level 0. And I was told that there was a job available for me cleaning toilets on a train. To which I replied, I'm not going to do that. And I'll never forget the response of my interviewer, who said, "That's all right, son. This is a democracy. You don't have to take the job, and I don't have to give you the dole." And as a result, I walked out without the job and without the dole. And so to answer your question, no, I've never been on the dole. Unfortunately, at that age, I had the work ethic of a corpse. And yet at some point in my life, and in fact, it was after I went to Europe, really, and joined the British Army, that I developed a work ethic and a responsibility, a self-responsibility. And so I do owe a great deal to the British Army, and I'm grateful that I've never been on the dole.